welcome back to our channel. We are the gracenotessstitchers. Today is Sunday, May 17th, 2020. I'm Colleen and this is my mom.
I'm Corinne. Hey, we said the date today. I don't know that we've ever said the date. I don't know why everybody does. They're very particular about making sure the date's on. So I thought, oh, maybe that's something we should do. But you guys watch them whenever you watch them, and the date we upload them is there. So I don't know. I don't know if that's something you guys like or don't like or whatever. So we haven't been on for a while. I don't know if you missed us or not, but Mother's Day was last Sunday, and then we went straight into well, no, we've been in the middle of Mania. Can you believe it? It's half over. It's exciting. Mother's Day was different. Usually my husband takes us out to eat, and at 11 o'clock, okay, first let's start over. In the morning, my two youngest daughters woke me with breakfast in bed. It was so nice. I didn't have to ask for my coffee. And my daughter, my second daughter, made coffee. My youngest daughter had this was all her idea. My youngest is so great on ideas, but she doesn't like to do anything. So they decided, because I'm not a big eggs person, so they wanted to make me oatmeal, which I love. So I only my closest friends got to see a picture. So my daughter made me, it looked down in my bowl and it was covered with bananas.
And she didn't have her glasses
on. Yeah. I'm blind without my glasses. Thank you. So I'm looking at bananas and strawberries and I thought, oh, well, that's a great breakfast. Fruit. Okay, I love fruit. But my other daughter, my middle daughter, also brought my breakfast pills, which need to be taken with protein. So I was just like, maybe I'll ask for something later. But anyway, I get my glasses, take my pills, I look down in, there was oatmeal underneath. So it was really good though, really good. So the youngest had middle was Leanne. Leanne made the oatmeal, Lauren cut up the fruit, made it look all pretty. I thought there was something else in my tray, but I don't remember. It was enough for me, that's for sure. And then they made some for their dad. He was a little jealous. He didn't get quite as much fruit. But they said it's Mother's Day, so it's his loss. But anyway, around 11, my husband actually got up. And he's been sleeping late, screwed up schedules that we have right now. He got up and gave me cards. He had sent my son, who works at Chick-fil-A, so he has a mask and everything. So he sent him to Walmart after work to buy Mother's Day cards on a Saturday, along with 2 little bags of chocolate. I got a Ghirardelli dark chocolate with caramel, because I love dark chocolate. Love caramel. And then Lindt is my favorite chocolate. So, but all they had was milk chocolate. So my son's like, I'll buy Lindt. So one was from hubby, one was from Alan. And then inside, well, okay, yeah, you know me, I backtrack a lot. I had told Colleen, I said, please tell Dad, I would love a Fabric of the Month club, because I have been stitching. Well, I started the model stitching before my son was born. I always say 15 years ago, it's more like 20 years ago. So Fabric of the Month has been around since that time, and I always wanted to do it, and just never did, never had the money. So I said that would be an awesome Mother's Day gift. So had her tell that. And then there is a summer stitch along, a summer Quaker stitch along happening that I would really like to be a part of. So I told my other daughter, gave her the link, and I said, Dad could order me this. Well, he didn't, they told him, but he said it was too late when they told him. I've always told him to make me a card. I'd rather a handmade.
That was funny.
I'd rather a handmade card than a store-bought card most of the time. So he wrapped it in 10 different layers, but he handmade me a card, said some sweet things.
And put blue duct tape to seal it.
I forgot about that. My husband is big into duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything, by the way, if you didn't know that. But anyway, I had to keep digging through layers of duct tape. And inside of it was a card that said $50 for cross-stitch things. And I'm like, okay, yay. Now I gotta decide. And he looked at me like I gave him a funny look. I'm like, I love this, I really do. But I couldn't decide between this or that. So I was hoping you would choose for me. And then we got to talking later, and he, you know those carts that everybody gets? He told me go ahead and order one. And then I put it on Facebook. I was trying to decide the smaller cart that was like $35 or the bigger cart that was like $50, but it had all the outside accessories. I am not going to give you guys a picture yet because my friend is giving me a special bag from 31 that has all these pockets that's going to sit up on top. So I'm not taking a picture until that's all ready to go because it's exciting for me. So anyway, it's ordered. It's on its way. So I got the one with the outside stuff. We ordered it Sunday night. We were able to pick it up at Michael's. We did the drive-by pickup, curbside pickup, and we came home. He came immediately home and set it up. It was so cool. And Colleen, she helped him to put it together a little bit. And then we loaded it up, and it's mostly stuff on the outside. So apparently I needed that outside stuff because that's what I use more than the inside. So anyway, I'll give you a tour of it when it's all ready to go. Anyway, so that's my exciting Mother's Day. I would love to hear from you all what you guys did for Mother's Day. Oh, for food. What did we do for lunch? Nothing notable, I guess. We did do our eggs. No, we did our eggs Monday night. I don't know. We usually have eggs for lunch every Sunday because we have brunch since we don't have church right now. I don't eat much, but we do make hash browns.
Today that was good. But what did we do?
If we remember, we'll think about it. But what's been keeping us busy is stitching for Mania. I'm still doing my whip whammy, and I'm still doing my Monopoly game. I gave up on gridlock. I got gridlocked out. Like, I couldn't go any further because I am not stitching a black fabric. I can't see. They wanted something with cars, like, as the focus. Don't have anything. And I said, with all my Mania starts, I cannot start something just for a game. So I just dropped out. So you'll see my very first one that I'm going to show is an old whip because I was trying to get stitches in. But I'm going to let Colleen be our starter. Where did you put our board? You never gave it to me.
This is my notebook.
I took your notebook.
So,
What? Talk loud. That's why she's finding her pages.
Anyway.
You'll see me drinking my drink. If you've seen this before or haven't seen it before and you're curious, this is from Trim Healthy Mama. Sorry, I hijacked you. We've been doing Trim Healthy Mama for about a year. Colleen is actually an amazing cook with the Trim Healthy Mama recipes. She likes to find them. She made us delicious peach mango muffins.
Like, I called for peaches. We didn't have enough, so I used mango. And once my sisters pointed it out, all I tasted was buttered corn. But it was good. They liked them, so I could make them again. But those were muffins I made for our snack today.
Yeah, they weren't too sweet because of the mango. I like it that way, though. So we're not completely sugar-free, but mostly, like, we use substitutes and stuff. But, I don't know, about 5 years ago, I went on Weight Watchers. And you're probably looking at me going, what? Why? I lost 60 pounds. So it was a 5-year journey. It was not a sudden loss. But anyway, I do like Trim Healthy Mama. That helped me drop my last 15 pounds that I needed to lose because I was stuck and I was at a point where I was saying, we just need to make a lifestyle change. And Weight Watchers I only did that for 6 months, but it was enough to put me on a good trajectory. But my second daughter, Leanne, is a type 1 diabetic. And Trim Healthy Mama is all about keeping your glycemic levels low. So we eat a special kind of pasta. We use erythritol and stuff like that. So when you hear some of our stuff or the recipes we make, you might be a little weirded out. But yeah, we try to keep everything low in the glycemic level because of Leanne. Anyway, we try.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to start with my whips. This was for May 8th. It's a berry towel. Like it goes, the bread cloth goes up. It's a bread, it's a bread cloth. So I have most of the towels I'm giving away to family as gifts.
So this one's for who?
That one, I didn't put the names.
Oh.
I think that's for Aunt Jamie. This is a Goose Girl sampler. I like this one. Some I go back to the next day I did or something after I get bored with the start if I did one.
So this is the one she goes back to a lot.
Here's another breadcloth teapot. This is from my grandmother.
So if you remember with all of our Mania starts, we tried to use fabrics. We tried not to have to buy a lot of fabrics. So we bought or used what we had. And Colleen loved all the bread cloth and towel patterns. So a lot of her starts and whips are actually them. Do you want to put that on your side? So a lot of her starts are towels and bread cloths because we had them.
This is a cycling. I got really far on that one. I'm gonna give that to my brother because he gave me an idea for it, and I'm gonna add extra. There's gonna be words at the top, but I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's gonna be cool. I hope.
Why is cycling cool?
Oh, not this. I wasn't talking about the sport, but what?
Why are you making this for him?
Oh, well, we participated in we did a summer of cycling at the velodrome, and I was in a class with my brother, and then my two sisters were in a class together, which that was fun.
So they got to ride track bikes, so there's no brakes. It's very, very interesting.
That's how it goes. Very you can't tell what this picture is, but it's a Jim Short kitty. That's what's called. It's gonna be a decoration. That's paper, perforated paper.
Yeah, perforated paper.
So we're gonna cut out the shape of it or something.
That's by Mill Hill.
Mill Hill, yeah, I guess. This is called the Governor's Palace. I'm gonna make this for my grandfather. I call him Pawpaw. But it's
the Governor's Palace from Williamsburg.
Because he has one cross-stitch thing of history in his wall or something.
I think it's a tavern.
Yeah, it's a tavern. So when I give him something else, it's historic because he's very much into history. This strawberries towel I'm going to give to one of my aunts. She's a twin of one of my other aunt.
My sisters are twins. This one has a spot, so we're gonna have to wash that out before we give this away.
I think I'm giving that one to the other twin aunt. She has her own family.
And both of her aunts, my sisters cross stitch also. So it's kind of cool to give gifts like this when they know the value.
And
before we go on, what is your news? Talk about value of projects.
I don't know.
I'll have her show it on the next video. But Colleen's first finished project was her Mirabilia, which I believe we showed before. What's the news about that?
I'm gonna sell it to my grandfather so that he can give it as a birthday gift to my grandmother. Because I just sent pictures, Grandma, and she really liked it, and Papa's like, you should have seen her face. She would love that. So I'm gonna give that to them so they can have that.
And she's gonna sign it on the back. And when they pass on, my parents are only in their early 60s, so this is nowhere near time. But my dad said it comes back to her.
This is called Wreath of the Wildflowers. My dad kept saying about the dark fabric because there's a little bit of green because it's flowers. There's gonna be green leaves in it.
But this is so
is
pretty.
The green gonna show up? And I really like stitching on this color.
Those colors just pop.
But I think it's a light enough green of the leaves that it will show up on the fabric. So he's worried about that.
Yeah, they're pretty. Is it like this?
Yep. This one I did today. I actually got about 211 stitches in it. It's another Jim Shore project.
About 211.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, so this one today, and it's by Mill Hill. We decided, because I wrote down the names of who I'm giving stuff to, that, this is for our family, but I dedicated, since Twyla is, acts like a dog, like an old man dog or something, but we have a cat and a dog, but Paris, our other dog, acts like a cat, so the other cat represents her, so the dog's for Twyla, and that's that. My whips are over.
She also, I saw a friend on Facebook the other day, she posted they got a new kitty, and the kitten claws at her hair. She gets on the back of the couch and she claws at her hair, and she pulls at her hair, and she said, is this normal? And people are like, yeah, it's normal, it's a cat. Well, Paris, our dog, does that.
Yeah, like when she was younger, she'd jump on the back of the couch and actually start eating your hair.
Yep, she's a nut. All right, so this is my Unicorn 2. I got some more stitches into it. This is seriously my favorite right now, and it got messed up laying in my bag because it wasn't so wrinkly. I ironed my pieces before I frame them. This one cannot be washed because the colors are not color fast.
Too loud.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. So on May 7th, I started my Heart of Hearts. I am having fun with that. That is a DMC variegated. It's one of those early numbers. I love it. It's going to be a giant heart when it's all done. But I love the shading in it. And yes, I made that needle minder. Pretty excited about that. I used some kind of pendant from Hobby Lobby. This is my gigantic shoe Afghan. Couple things. Had somebody send me all of the pieces that I was missing, all of the patterns. So that was neat that she did that. But I'm stitching at one a baby Afghan. I don't recommend that. It does go over the edges where the divisions are. So my pattern is a couple stitches bigger than the blocks. And I think that's what's happened. I was excited to start this. And my problem that's making it difficult, and I probably won't work on it for a while, is I can't do the sewing method. So stitching it in hand was hard. But I did throw on my 6x6 Q-snap, and that helped. That helped a lot. So that made it a whole lot easier. Again, just for either a challenge or to get more stitches in, I did get some work done on Life Begins After Coffee. Again, I chose these colors. Hopefully nobody goes, oh, that's so terrible. I liked how the colors, I did go online. That's pretty much it. I Googled some other people's, and that's what looked good. Or what most of them did. Then my next one would be Bookworm Cat. That's from the Creatively Crossstitch group I'm in. It was a freebie, but I just thought that was really cute. And Colleen likes cats. We're both bookworms. I think that needle minder was from Heaven and Earth. And then, oops, sorry. My next one is on May 10th, Antique Carousel. So this was one I was having a lot of fun stitching. And then I found my mistake and took it all out and started over again. I started this thing 3 times. So when I was frustrated, I didn't even write down. I probably got in 500 stitches because that's pretty much been the minimum. There's one day I got less. And then, because I have something I'll share with you then. This is Brew Can Do It. That is a watercress color linen by Witchout. But this is from a Crossstitch magazine. Doreen Jones designed this from Crossstitcher February 2020. Yeah, you should have seen me looking for that pattern. I was going nuts. I couldn't find it. We're digging through our box of magazines and I'm looking through every single pattern I put on Facebook. Does anybody know? And questions. And I even emailed Doreen. She couldn't remember. Here it was in my digital magazine. And I thought, because I wrote February 2020, I thought, oh no, I wrote that by accident. It was February 2002. I had no clue. But anyway, it's February 2020. Again, mistakes. And I don't make mistakes like this. I mean, I make mistakes and sometimes they're big ones, but at the beginning, And I couldn't figure out. I said, oh, I guess I'm just tired. I'm burned out on projects. And then I realized 2 days in a row of the same kind of mistakes is not me. It's the linen. I always thought I loved linen. I love Jobelin. I love Lugana. And people who hate linen, I know why. Your threads move on you sometimes. And these especially, they have a rough texture to them. They are not a soft linen. They are also 16 to 18 years old. So that, maybe even older. I forget how old that my son's actually getting up there. So that could be part of it. I mean, it was always rough. But it's the kind, if you can see, it stretches. It's very different. And it would move on me and I'd have 3 strands. When I would go over 2, I'd have actually gone over 3 to the right. And then when I would go to line something up, it didn't line up correct. So linen, it's probably not something I am going to be buying very often.
How do you hold this?
Oh, so this next one is Dance of the Bumblebee, Bent Creek. This is such a cute little pattern. I have had this for many years. I didn't think I would ever do it, but it's adorable. So I got this almost completely done. And when it is finished, so I'll probably come back to this before May is over if I have stitches I need. And I'll show you the pattern. Inside there's a nice little heart charm. No, flower charm. So I love that one a lot. And that was on the 12th. And then on the 13th, I have my Summer Buzz. This is by Tempting Tangles. People talk about them all the time and love Deborah Dick. I had never stitched anything by her, and for Mania, I was trying to find new patterns. Not a lot of new patterns, just a few designers, I should say. And this is actually coffee. So it's got all kinds of different names for coffee, and this is a coffee pot, an old-fashioned looking coffee pot. Again, on that dreaded linen. Yes, I know. So this mistake, I didn't mess up my coffee pot really. Well, a little bit of it. My E looked all funny. I was like, this E looks good, this one doesn't. Here, when it imported to Pattern Keeper, you know, traditionally it asks for how big of an overlap, and default is 3. Well, if you're doing Tempting Tangles, it's 2. Default, or yeah, your overlap is 2. So, because I went back to the original design, because you can see your PDF, and found out I was wrong. So that wasn't a terrible, like I wasn't real far that I was really, really upset.
Sounds like that.
So this is Sweet Summer Plums.
So, like I have the Fresh Grow of Lemons. This is the one to go with it that we'll put in your kitchen.
Yep. So Sweet Summer Plums. This was from 2004. Crazy for Cross Stitch. Again, on watercress linen. This linen that I don't love, I have on 3 different projects. But that's how big of a piece I had. That's why we got so many projects out of things that we already owned.
This with me.
This one, no mistakes that I found. This is my Mirabilia Cinderella. I love Mirabilia. Like, absolutely love Nora Corbett. So I think I only got like 500 stitches in that, but oh my goodness, I love this one. And this is a Silvery Moon. I put on Facebook, I also was looking for my Chatelaine. I got a Silvery Moon over-dyed or hand-dyed fabric. It was a little dark, so I think I'm ordering this. Although I did order 3 light hand-dyeds. Should be here in a week or so, because Chatelaine is my May 31st start. In between, I've been getting more work done on my Peppermint Purple because, you know, they are up to this square. So I'm a little behind, but making progress. I can get a square done in about an hour or 2, depending on, like, the smaller squares are an hour, the larger squares are 2. I'm loving the black work. This is my very first black work ever. So this is, I try to use this my, you know, adding stitches and also just building up, trying to catch up. May, I was starting my May for Animal Almanac, and it's right here. That is my Hippo. He's cute. He was a pretty quick thing. I got a lot done with him last night, probably like 800 stitches, something like that. I think it was like 700 maybe.
No, I know. I saw your needle minders are like upside down.
Because I don't really care. So that was my yesterday start. And then today, and I've already given up. And I'm not going to say I gave up. It's not the easiest thing to stitch. I brought this so you can actually see the book. It's Inspirations by Donna Kohler. She's got some really neat ones. Oh, it's on the back, so I don't even have to find it for you. God gave us music that we might be... God gave us music that we might pray without words. So that is the one I'm making. And it's a 2-pager. And at the top of the second page is, you know, where the overlap is, and they have the gray. they took away some of the symbols. They have the base color, and sometimes, usually when they have just the base color, it's a new thread. It's the same one, so it kind of threw me off. So it's been a little rough going. So I got my horn outlined, I got my harp outlined, and I started in on my mandolin, and then I said I am done. So I'm going back to something fun tonight. I think I'm going back to Animal Almanac because I am so close to finishing that, and then I will be caught up. So I'm kind of, that's where I'm thinking about that. So you know that big bunch of DMC, the huge tub? The fabric smell is not gone. I did use the charcoal bags. We put charcoal bags in it, tons of charcoal bags. And the ones that we knew we were using for Maynia, we put them in a small tub with 2 charcoal bags. Didn't take away the fabric softener smell at all. The old smell is gone, but I don't know if that's gone from the fabric softener or from the charcoal bags. But what I've been doing, we took it out, we just kind of laid it on our steps. It's carpeted steps. We don't use the basement except for what we're doing right now. So we did lay them out, and then as we need them, we pull them for our project. And then I've been slowly gathering them and putting them back into plastic bags, but I'm not sealing them. So I'm kind of letting them be open and out of that plastic container. And I think that's helping a lot. And to be honest, I think we're just going to line them up on our shelf behind us here and leave the baggies open, but just put them in color order. And I think it'll go away because somebody said, you know, if you don't have the huge pile, it's probably not going to smell so much like dryer sheets. And that person's right. However, I'm going to be honest and admit that I'm a person who licks their floss before putting it in the needle. She hates that. Yeah, there's like a perfumey taste because of the dryer sheets. So every time I do that, I'm like, so I guess I deserve it. At least that's what she thinks. I was so excited. My Anna Green Gables came. This is by Soda Stitch. This is strange. Like, it's in a different language. I don't know what exactly.
Korean.
Huh?
Korean.
Korean?
Yeah, it's a Korean company.
Oh, okay. She said it's a Korean company. So there it is on the front. They give you some ideas what to do with it. There is kind of, it says if you want to do just a mini cushion, they give you a little idea on the back there. They cross. It's a huge pattern. I don't want to show it to you, but it's a huge pattern. It's only, I think it's what, 100 stitches by 100 stitches. Where did I see that? Yeah, 103 by 103. It's only gonna be like 6 by 6 or something like that. So I had Bugs Crossstitch. She is so nice up in Canada. Alisha. If you order from Alisha, tell her I sent you. But anyway, Alisha is so kind, and we couldn't find the right color for my Chatelaine. I still haven't found the right color. And I don't want her to be mad when she sees this, but when the Tanchi bleach dyed this for me, but when it came, I wasn't 100% satisfied with it when I laid all my colors on, because I'm a cool person, if you haven't noticed, with all my dark stuff. I'm not a brown at all. And I have done things on tans and beige and browns, but for my Chatelaine with its pinks, it's cool. It's pinks and greens. I'm leaning more towards a silver. So, and I actually have a really light rose as long as it's light enough coming. So Colleen's using it for her Chatelaine. So yay, Alisha! It's perfect because Colleen and I went online. Hers is the Polar Lights. Polar Lights Chatelaine. And we saw tons of background. And tan was the one she loved. And she goes, wait, what color was that fabric? Mm-hmm. And while I'm telling you this now, this tan, perfect for her Chatelaine. And it will have enough once I cut off the size that she needs for my Anna Green Gables. So we both have our fabric. Mm-hmm. Colleen had a stitching mail come.
This came a while and she had just serged it, but this is for my Red Pirate Lady Mirabilia. It's going to be my May 31st start, but I kept that towards the last because I didn't exactly have the fabric at that point.
I think that's Summer Sky. something like that.
Yeah, but it's soft and I like the color because she wanted me with
It's Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin. She wanted me to go with a like darker blue color, and because pretty much I think it has a border on it, but she's like looking from behind her and like where it is, like the fabric technically is the sky where she is on the ship. So I was like, I want like a nice color, so this like looks like sky. So I'm really happy with this color.
Yep.
Looks like clouds on
And then I also got this from Alisha. We got this from Winter Stars. Yeah. This I also got it from Alisha. This huge whole yard of purple. I don't have it decided yet for what project, but purple is my favorite color. And when I saw she had a huge piece uncut, I just said to her, "Can I please buy that from you?" And you know, she's a shop. She was nice. She obliged. Speaking of shop, you know, we started our own business. I actually have a lady who's asking me to make needle minders of her dogs. She already has some of her, of her cats. She already has some of her dogs. So she asked me if I'd be willing to make her cats. So she's sending me some photos, and then I'm going to see which ones work the best. But for Mother's Day, I decided my mom doesn't cross stitch anymore. She gave Colleen everything that she had. So I'm making her refrigerator magnets, and I'm doing all of the grandchildren. So I did my 4 nephews from my brother and sister-in-law, and my sister's 2 kids, and then I have to do all 4 of my kids. Yeah, I made all of them, and I'm like, I was sure that there were more I was going to make, and I went, oh, I forgot you all. Yeah. So I got my pictures of them, and now I need my son. But anyway, my sisters are twins, and they had their birthday this week. So, and my sister-in-law had her birthday last month. So I'm making my married sister, her kids, and my sister-in-law, I'm making them magnets of their own children, just their own children. And then the twin cross stitches. Yes, the other twin who's married cross stitches, that's Jamie. Jamie does cross stitch, but she hasn't touched it in 5 years. Ellen cross stitches all the time. That's who made my dad the tavern or whatever Williamsburg one he has. So anyway, I made her some gifts, and yes, I'm putting these on my page to sell, and I'm going to take better pictures because I know my pictures were not that great. It's Baby Yoda. My sister is so into Star Wars. So I have Baby Yoda I made for her.
And Alan says that where he gets his love for Star Wars is from our aunt.
Oh, my son, Alan. This is BB-8. I don't know if the white on white shows up. I'll put on purple. My purple fabric is sitting here. My sister's favorite color is orange. And when they came out with a new movie with BB-8, it took about 1 minute for her to fall in love. Like, he was her favorite. As far as Marvel, her favorite is Black Widow. I'm glad she doesn't watch these because, you know, I'm making these and sending them to her. But because I made them for her, I'm going to put them on our D-Stash page on Instagram. And what is our D-Stash page called? Do you remember? No. It's gracenotessstitchers D-Stash on Instagram. But I also have a page on Facebook just called Needle Minders by gracenotessstitchers. And then Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is her favorite character of all time. And always has been. So, yeah, I made her that. So she's going to get a nice little needle minder collection for her birthday. I don't think we have any more news.
Not really.
Oh, you know, the dinky dies. I was all excited when my dinky dies came last video. And I showed them off. They're gorgeous. They really are. But they are not for my Chatelaine. You're the one who needs them. Those aren't for you. You have to order yours. No, these were for my Deborah Tenting Tangles. So, yeah, they're beautiful. I have never stitched with dinky dies. And, oh, they feel so nice. And they are so soft. And I'm in love. Oh, and the other news. After he put my trolley, my little cart together, my husband told me I could join a Fabric of the Month club. So I was really thrilled about that because I've never had one. And I went online and looked at like 10 or more. And the one I would love, and I'm sure everybody would love, is the Picture This Plus because I'm already using their fabrics. Love them. They're really consistent. And I thought, oh, how awesome would that be? Well, it's closed. And then the other one that a lot of people do is Under the Sea, also closed. So I kept looking. There's another one that I really liked, also closed, but you can order. And I was like, no, I want to do that. She has all of them available, but I was like, the whole idea for me of Fabric of the Month is to get a gift in the mail, because I love to be surprised. So you'll get to see my very first Fabric of the Month, because I am going to cut the top off the package and nothing else. I will open it in front of you guys because it's going to be cool. So I joined Jody Rye. She's from Great Britain, but her fabrics are gorgeous. Some of them are a little dark. So hopefully they're not too dark that I can't see. Otherwise, somebody else will be happy to take them off my hands. I am very, very sure of that. But the colors, oh my goodness, she does a lot of blues and purples and pinks, and those are my colors. So I'm really thrilled. And I know her. I was in a game with Michelle, and that's one of the reasons I really wanted to join hers. But the other that everybody does is Fiberlicious. They had some openings, and I said to my husband, I don't know which one. I've narrowed it down to 3. And the one, he just went, no, you're not doing that. I'm glad he did, because I emailed the person. They didn't get back to me for a little bit. She got back to me today, answered my questions, and I think it just wasn't for me, the club itself. But when I went back to her website today, she closed her club because of fabric being hard to get right now. So only people who are already in it can be in it. So she's not taking anything away. So that was actually a blessing in disguise. But he told me Fiberlicious has good reviews. It looks great. So he said, go ahead and join it. And I was like, but Jody Rye, I really love these colors. But he's like, they're bright. So anyway, he let me do both. So I'm really, really excited. And then I got everything I wanted, because then I sold a Mirabilia pattern, Lady of the Flag. So I used that money to join the summer stitch along. So I was able to do it all. And I'm excited about my 2 clubs. Fiberlicious, why I brought this up, also does the silks, but it's gorgeous. But I said I have to draw the line somewhere. And I don't know what I would use the silks for. There's not any patterns I own that calls for it. So I'll order them on a one-off basis if I need any. But maybe one day. That'll be my dream, to join and get my silks of the month or something like that. And as long as I feel like dinky dyes, oh my goodness. Dinky dyes are my new love. They're too expensive to use for everything, but my goodness, I love them. I like my water lilies too. I use that for my pixies. Big pixie project is the water lilies. So anyway, so you'll see a few little things coming. But we did unjam my machine, obviously. Can I tell that funny story?
Yeah.
So I went online, tried to find this help. Nobody. You can't figure out how to do this in the least. Another company tells you to drop the whole machine on the floor. No. So then this machine, I found a helpful video of how to take it apart. So I got it taken apart almost completely, but I got the whole mechanism off. And I couldn't get the 2 pieces pulled apart, and I was in a tizzy. Turns out the metal piece that is on top, in the bag, they're stuck together, and you don't always see it. So you really just have to inspect every single one that you do. So she was running the blender. I didn't want my husband to hear me down here dropping this expensive machine on the floor. And I had dropped it a few times gently. My floor is concrete under the carpet. Well, she ran the food processor. I just went, I'm doing this one more time. This is like hours later, but I'm like, one more time. I dropped it. It popped apart. I was able to put my machine back together, work like a charm, but that's exactly what it was. So the reviews say it's usually 2 things stuck together, and that's what it was. So anyway, I'm super careful, and if things are not perfect, it doesn't go to anybody but us, which is cool. So we'll have 2 or 3 of the same, because like my unicorn that was in the circle is not centered. So you'll see like the imperfect ones on my projects. But anyway, I love my machine. It's pink. Right now we're offering 1 1/4 inch because I felt like my 1 1/2 was kind of big that I got from Hade. But I don't know, some of the designs I feel are too big. So once we sell some, you know how it takes money to make money? We want to sell a few of these, and then once we kind of establish ourselves, we'll buy the next size, because we can make different sizes with our same machine, and then we can offer like custom sizes. And
so if you want some of these, where will you go?
You'll go to Needle Minders by Grace Notes Stitchers on Facebook, or Grace Notes Stitchers D-Stash on Instagram.
Thank you for watching us, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank you for spending time with us. Bye!